What's up, guys? Erebus here, and welcome to some Dark Souls Remastered. Now, what I'm going to show you today is a very well-known exploit from the original release of Dark Souls. Nothing necessarily new, but I wanted to showcase it, A, for people who may not know that it's there, people new to the game, or never looked up things on forums or whatever last round with Dark Souls 1, and also for people who already know about it. Wanted to let you know that this is still here. It's not been patched out, which I was a little bit surprised by, to be honest. But yeah, so here's what we're doing. We are warping into the Duke's Archives bonfire, preferably from Undead Parish, although I don't know if that's required or not. You can test that if you want. But you warp into the Duke's Archives, you kill this guy, and you get a humanity for it. It is a soft humanity or liquid humanity, whatever you want to call it. But you'll see up in the upper left, I had 3 humanity, and now I have 4. So essentially what happens is, when you are arrested, I guess you could call it, in the archives, when you're imprisoned, put in jail, the game is programmed to reward you with a humanity for the first crystal hollow guy that you kill. The reason being because, of course, the game took away your humanity with a forced failure boss fight. So the developers decided to be nice and give you that humanity upon your escape. However, for whatever reason, the game does not limit this to happen once. And so when you warp into the archives from elsewhere, the game reads that as an escape from jail. So when you warp in, the game is programmed to say, oh look, they've escaped, give them a humanity. And that never turns off. So, well, it never turns off as long as the requirements are there in order for this to work. And the only real requirement is that you have the Lord Vessel, obviously, so that you can even get here, and also so warping's possible. And the second requirement is that Seath is alive. Once you defeat Seath, then this will no longer work. But for as long as he's alive, this will function. So, I know a lot of my viewers and subs are invader types and probably don't have a problem getting humanity. But for PvE players or people who aren't that good at PvP or what have you, humanity can be a bit time-consuming or difficult to come by. And so for instance, say, if you were to need a large amount of humanity to give to a covenant in order to do a thing, this is a pretty good way to do it. If you're not, into invasions or whatever else. So I just kind of wanted to share with everybody that this still works. I've kept everything pretty much in here. There was one jump cut because I'd saved one of the clips. Couldn't remember how long I had set my PS4 to record, so had to take a clip in the center randomly. And then this part sped up. The first run and the last run will be regular speed, but in the interim while we're talking, I figured might as well speed it up. There's really no reason to watch the entire thing. So over the course of the footage that you're watching here, I went from 3 humanity to 13. I wanted to get 10 and see how long that took. And it's about 10 minutes, so you can easily get about a humanity a minute. It's a little bit faster than that, because I also was wasting a bit of time in menus and stuff like that. So realistically, you could probably get 10 humanity in about 8 minutes, if you're my speed, which I'm not top speed, so if you go faster, you'll do better farming, I guess. Although you could also do slower. I do definitely recommend that you either equip the Homeward Miracle, if you're able to use it, if your build accounts for some faith, or that you have a stock of Homeward Bones that you don't care that much about, so that you can just bone out back to the parish. Because the way this works, when you use Homeward, it goes back to whatever bonfire you last sat at, not whatever bonfire you were near, or whatever else. So if you don't sit down at the archives, then when you use Homeward, you can just go straight back to the parish and warp back into the archives. It's a bit faster. Not that big of a deal if you can't do it. you know, if you don't have the ability to use Homeward the Miracle, and you either don't have or can't get a sufficient amount of Homeward bones easily, you know, you can always just run back to the Duke's Archives bonfire and warp back to Parish, then warp back here. It only adds probably, you know, 30 seconds to the run, so it's not that big of a deal. But at any rate, that's about it, honestly. I just wanted to show you how fast and easy this is, and, you know, also confirm that this is still in the game. So if you need a lot of soft or liquid humanity fast, there you go. Just remember not to defeat Seath until you get what you need. All right. So just something I wanted to share. Some funsies with PvP incoming very soon. But until then, thanks for stopping in. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one, guys.